I want to pick up on that issue of control, because a problem that I myself and some others had with the proposed private television regulations that were
Right, right.
mooted late last year, I think in October or something, was that it was overbroad and ill-defined. I'm not entirely sure who drafted it. I was told that it was somebody from a university who was
Right.
leading the team of drafting. A lot of it was taken actually, literally copied from Indian television
Right, right.
regulations, inapplicable in a Sri Lankan context. But taken as a whole, it was very disturbing because it was overbroad and very ill-defined. It was a bad piece of regulation. Yeah? I mean, that's
Right.
putting it very kindly.
Now,
Why do you think that kind of document comes up in a context where regulation, as you said, is or rather the control of content is impossible to do?
like now, I mean, here I need to be very careful in couple of reasons. One is that this is in the now Supreme Court
Exactly,
issue.
yeah.
I don't want to discuss many
No,
details,
broadly
but yeah, I
speaking,
can.
yeah.
What I'm going to do is to give some conceptual kind of area that what is going on and what should it be. Then the thing is now, the television technology or television station came into Sri Lanka in 1980s.
Yeah.
Now 1982 Television Broadcasting Act was established, and according to that act, all the other license were issued by the government. I mean, by any government which is there. Then there was a section in that act, section I guess 28,
27 or 28.
28, where it gives that the authoritative ministry of that particular area should develop regulations to run this sort of media, but it was lacking last 25 years. Then that was the measure which was taken by appointing well qualified, as you said, university based group
I didn't
of
say
people.
well qualified.
To me, I mean, they are qualified. I know. I mean, I know the CVs of those people, but I mean, those are the people who brought in to develop this thing. Then there was a draft. Then now that is in the legal discussion. We don't want to discuss the content of that thing. But as an idea, what I feel is like regulation is a good thing. It is not a bad thing, as we discussed. But how to do that,
Yeah.
and how to get a common understanding to do this thing, and how to get agreements, not the public but the private sector as well, are very important issues. Those things we need to address.
And just on that point, I want to go back to what you said earlier, which is a culture of engagement.
Right, right.
Would you see it as beneficial in the future to have that public spirited engagement on the basis that regulation is necessary before coming up with a draft that enrages everybody and doesn't contribute to engagement?
Right, right. I mean, there's a point over there.
Yeah.
But what I see is like, I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe that particular body sometime thought that
No, I'm not referring to this one alone, but in the future.
that is true. That is
in the
true. I
future,
think that
yeah.
we need to get engagement from different part, like critics, some institutions, some say trade unions, and some or private people.
Would you consider yourself to be in the minority for wanting that kind of engagement, or do you feel that there is a broader
No, I think within the
support for that?
No, I mean, if I say that this is the government which is very democratically elected and very people oriented, then they don't want to do, to me, that they don't want to do anything which is not matching with that main policies. But what I feel is like you need to, like, there are a lot of difficulties any sort of given situation in country like here. Like, you can't get a kind of, as you said, sometimes qualified, well known people to do some of this kind of work. Then but what I was trying to say before you asked this question was that as principle we need to have sort of regulation to run this industry. Without that you can't run. Like, say, like I mean, you do according to your way and the other one is doing it the other way, then there should be a lot of lapses, like that you are putting all vehicle into road without any regulations, then you can't move. then we need to have some facilitator, the government, to come in and to develop some regulation that this is the way that this should go and this is the way that that should do. Then how to do that is another question which I agree part of your views.